Guys, this is round 2. So Steven and we did this spiel last night, and my camera battery died. But it was good because it was a practice run. He was actually telling me about the new stuff that CrossBible has. So first of all, watch the video where I looked at the CrossBible resources and did an episode all about it. And it's free Bible study software. So what they've introduced now, so you have the free version, which has all the tools that we looked at. There's some new translations that you've added, is that right?
Yeah, so on the free version, you can see that like right now I'm stacking 3 different versions. So here I have the NIV, compared against the NRSV, compared against the ESV Catholic Edition. So we have, I think some of those are new since you last did your video. We have more in the pipeline. So the NLT Catholic Edition is in the pipeline. The Message is in the pipeline.
Okay.
Those just need to be processed. We'll probably have those out by the end of the year or at the latest early next year.
Yeah.
All free, right? So
I didn't know there was an NLT Catholic Edition or an ESV Catholic Edition. So that would just be the regular translation and then the Deuterocanonical.
Yeah.
I know with the RSV Catholic Edition, they made a few little tweaks to the RSV. Do you know if they've done that?
My understanding is that the Protestant canon is untouched.
Okay.
It's the exact same, and it's just the only differences are the fact that they've included the Deuterocanonical books.
Okay.
So our NRSV updated edition also includes Deuterocanonical books. We're aiming to increase our coverage, so we're going to bring in more data from the Septuagint, so you can actually compare the Deuterocanonical books to their originals. So a lot of that, if you're using it and you're like, I really wish they had this resource, I'll give you a link to the Patreon, because we do receive user feedback on Patreon, either people reporting bugs to us so we fix them, or asking us like, hey, could you get this new resource, could you look into this translation, could you build something for us, and most of this is free. Like we cover the cost for thousands of people to engage in the Bible worldwide. That was our mission from the get-go. Increase Bible engagement.
Which is the thing Disciple Dojo loves about CrossBible is they're wanting to put a ton of completely free access to translations, to be able to compare Bible translations. It's just that in and of itself, but then also they're adding in resources, a little bit of original language stuff, or at least other non-English translations, and everything is free, but they have a paid option. So real quick, tell them about the paid option.
Yeah, so the idea is that the paid option is for people who can afford it, who would like to come alongside us and support us. Effectively, what you're doing is you're supporting the free use. You're allowing thousands of people around the world to access the Bible on our platform for free, but you have some additional benefits for having a paid account. And those benefits are increasing constantly.
And the paid is we're not talking like $50 a month. Like, what are we talking?
We're talking $5 a month to unlock most of the features.
$5 a month. So that's a cup of coffee. That's 3 candy bars a month. And so give a quick, just a synopsis of for $5 a month, what would somebody be able to access?
So starting with the free version, what you see here is like you have the 3 versions in your columns, right? You can hit the button to flip. You already covered that in your review. We had that out of the gate, right? Now, if you sign up, you can sign up for a free account that's going to give you access to certain customizations, because if you'll notice, what you see here is sort of these default colors, and I'm switching dark mode. We have dark mode support now. So
yes, guys, you know I love dark mode because I don't like big white glare on my face when I'm filming.
So we have dark mode, we have light mode, but what you see over here is you'll see a slightly bigger font, and you'll see this sepia theme. So now that I'm logged into my account, you can see this is my account and this is the billing where you can subscribe. We actually have this new study panel. Now, the first thing you can see in the study panel is that in the settings, I'm able to set my default Bible. So like I personally like to have the NRSV updated edition as my default. If you are not registered for free, then the NIV will be your default, and that's fine, but you can just change it. I also have my custom Bible version, so these are the Bibles that I want in my menu. We have other versions, like we have the Korean Bible. I don't know Korean, I don't need it in my menu, right? But some people would want that. We have now here getting into the sort of the premium features, because we are trying to increase Bible engagement, not simply Bible access. The key to engagement here are these custom categories. So I've made up some categories for these for demos like these, where I have a theological category, I have a daily verse category, and then down here are more custom features like the font size and all of this stuff. So here are the themes. I can go dark mode, I can go sepia. I'm gonna demo this in the sepia theme because that's my favorite. So these categories can be applied to my bookmarks and my highlights. And they're all stored in this nice little panel, and when I'm done with them, I can just hide it and keep reading what I'm looking at. Now, if I want to highlight, you know, I can drop the highlight here. God would reckon righteousness to the Gentiles, right? And I can have the highlight applied there. Takes a little minute, takes a little second. Oh, boom. Okay, so there's my highlight, right? So now when I go back into my side panel, I can see the highlight.
Sort by highlight color.
Yes, exactly. And then also, so my bookmarks are also going to use these exact same categories, right? And then I can configure them here. Now, one of the cool things is obviously I can add a note here, so I take my personal notes and I can save that. And this is all private, by the way. Like nobody else sees your notes. Like,
it's key to your account. So
key to your account. And not only can I, you know, I can make this verse is already primary. I can copy. So, like for example, if I want a configuration where I have the NRSV on top of a Greek version, right? Take my side panel away. So here I have the NRSV side by side with the Orthodox Bible. Now, if I flip this, I can then take this button here, I can copy it, and I can post this to Facebook, for example, or text it to a friend, and it's going to share this exact configuration. So you're not just sharing a Bible verse with someone, you're sharing this whole, like, you know, comparison.
Whichever translations you've chosen.
In whichever orientation you've chosen, with a backlink to CrossBible that'll give somebody a view of what you're seeing here. So
very nice.
All of these, so we have a dashboard for the premium subscription that gives you just sort of like an air traffic control, high-level view of all your bookmarks and your notes and your highlights. We're going to add delete buttons here, so you're going to be able to go through and like mass delete things if you want to start from scratch or just to, like, clean things up a little bit. And so here I can see, I was in Galatians 3:8. I made a highlight related to church. I can jump right into it, right? And I made that and then boom, it's going to apply my theme, right? Because this is my customization. So those three aspects are the real engaging factors that you're getting for the subscription: the notes, the bookmarks, the highlights. So you're really leaving breadcrumbs throughout your entire Bible study experience. In addition to that, the footnotes are available not only in the footer, right? So you don't necessarily need to scroll down and scroll all the way back up to see the footnotes. You can actually access them in the side panel, right? And we're not looking at a Bible that has footnotes, but the NRSV has great footnotes, and those are going to be available in the side panel. When I load the NRSV, boom, there they are. So I can see them on the level. I can line up verse 12 with the footnote for verse 12, and then I can click on them and jump to them. Now the cross-references do the same thing, and the cool thing about cross-references is you can stay anchored in the text that you're reading. So if I'm reading Galatians 3 and I get to a part where Paul is quoting Deuteronomy, what I want to do is click on the cross-reference, see Deuteronomy, jump to it. Okay, Paul quoted that. The next phase of this is you're going to be able to actually pull up the Septuagint and see what Paul actually quoted, but this is showing you the NRSV. But once I'm done with the cross-reference, I'm still reading Paul, right? I didn't jump to a hyperlink and go down some rabbit hole and start reading Deuteronomy. I can if I want to, but generally what I want to do is see the cross-reference, push it aside, and just keep reading Galatians now that I get what Paul's trying to call my attention to.
So it's like having, you know, you're looking at one book, you just want to catch a reference. You don't want to open up a whole book. You don't want to. You're rooted where you are. And some programs, some digital versions, you have to do that, or it's cumbersome at least. So that's a very ease of use. This is the paid version. There's the free version, which can do a lot of stuff, but the customization that you get in CrossBible that's what the $5 a month is. And again, that subscribers help other people get access to the free versions, that's why we've been friends of CrossBible, because of how much they make available. And Stephen here came up at 2 SBLs ago
with a billboard.
And we started talking, and and he's produced a very cool Emmanuel Tove endorsed, or at least thumbed up, right? He said it was for the most part this portion of the manuscript history and the different manuscripts all the way up to modern translations. This poster is available at CrossBible, and they're available digitally.
So if
as
you
well as
look
print.
on the website, this is also going to be part of the $5 tier that you subscribe to. So that unlocks the digital version of this that lets you zoom in and out, navigate it, and every single thing you see here, you can click on and get new information. So if I want to know, like, what is minuscule 461? Well, you can see it's, you know, Uspensky Gospels, right? You can see the notes for everything. Like, I've meticulously added a note to every single thing you see here, just to give people a sense of like what's behind those little codes in your apparatus.
Right. So when you're using the NA28 or any of those, and you just see unless you're a super nerd, which Trent, you're a super nerd. Yeah. Trent would know by heart. You know the manuscripts by heart.
A little bit.
You know, for those of us normal people, not Trent. So being able to have some background, like what. It's helpful to weigh manuscript evidence, at least to know an idea of where did this manuscript come from or originate from, or what family is it part of, or New Testament text critical nerds can have fun with that. That's outside of my wheelhouse.
Well, in the pilot, so we have a textual apparatus that's integrated into the study tools right now. This is the SBL apparatus. So the thing to note about the SBL apparatus is minimal. This is your entry point into textual criticism. It's our first apparatus. We'll hopefully be licensing more apparatuses. But the thing to note about this is that it's really pointing at critical editions. It's not pointing at like papyrus, right? But when you drill into it, what we've done is we've parsed out this apparatus. So typically it looks like this. It's a little black boxy, right? If you don't know Greek and you don't know what WH and RP are, you're kind of clueless. But what we've done is we've actually like kind of parsed out these entries and made them a bit more human readable. The next phase will be to actually translate the textual variants into English and other languages, so you people who don't know Greek can actually use the apparatus. And the cool thing is that if I want to fact check this apparatus, I want to see what WH, you know, what Westcott Hort actually says, I can click on it and open it up, and it will add Westcott Hort onto the reader, and then I can sort of embed it here, and I can keep going. So I can basically not only just verify, oh, the apparatus says that this edition says this, I can actually pull that edition up in the reader. And we have recently integrated Thayer's lexicon into the New Testament. It's not like one of those things where you hover over a word and it's just popping up definitions. It's in the side panel, so you can see on a verse by verse basis. If I'm looking at, you know, verse 15, I'm going to scroll to verse 15, line them up. I'm going to go into Thayer's lexicon, and here you see every single word in the dictionary form. Open up the entry, read it. It's a step above, you know, the Strong's Concordance glosses. It's a little dated, you know, I have to admit, disclaimer, Thayer's lexicon is not the latest and greatest. BDAG is the latest and greatest. We're working on BDAG. This is just the first version. So we have Thayer's for the New Testament, BDB lexicon for the Old Testament, where we have the Hebrew Masoretic text. We're going to be ramping up our support for the Septuagint. Lots of resources are coming for the Septuagint. Just stay tuned. And again, free usage is just fine. We really encourage people to get in. Just, you know, dip your toe in the water with the free version. But registration is 100% free, and that's like your lifetime free trial, just to start getting access to the customizations. And then if you can afford to support us with the $5 a month tier, you can unlock all of this cool stuff. I've been sitting here doing Bible study all day and just getting interrupted by people like you asking me questions. It's really like I finally, you know, managed to get the platform to a point where I don't need to fire up all these other platforms to do all the things I needed to do. CrossBible's all doing it for me right now.
So guys, we've reviewed CrossBible. I'll link that video in the description. Check that review out. For me as a first-time user, just poking around in it, and then this is the stuff that they've done in those 2 years since, added to it, continuing to grow. Students just hustling and making it happen, and it's a slow build, but it's kind of like Disciple Dojo. We started me filming on my phone in my living room, and it's just a slow build to what we're doing. So,
and the promo code SBL 2025. This was really intended for just the SBL attendees, but you know, I think your audience is an extension of the SBL attendees.
Right. That's why you guys watch these behind the scenes. So you get a little promo code if you want to check out.
I think I set it to expire after this week. So I don't know when you're going to post it, but
a little bit later.
Okay. I might give you a special.
Give it 1 more week, and I can get this video up.
If you try it and you've seen the video too late and you haven't gotten access to it, I will be in communication with Disciple Dojo, and we'll get Disciple Dojo a promo code that'll give you a month free.
Yeah, we're friends of CrossBible, they're friends with us, and so collaboration is the way to go. It's really cool though. Those of you looking, you can't afford, or you're intimidated by like jumping into Logos or jumping into Accordance, it's a steeper learning curve. This is an option. Start here, see if you like it, and if you do, $5 a month. Like, you're basically buy Steven a cup of coffee a month and you get access to all this. That's a great way to think of it. So, so
right,
anyway,
well,
thank you, sir.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a great rest of the day.
All right, God
And
bless.
yeah, good to see you, brother.